friends. Jacob is here, and thank you again for pressing play and for spending some time with me. We're about to enter a new year. Oh, how exciting that is. Okay, so I've been getting a lot of requests. I mean, tons and tons of requests for more Mandela.
2 Timothy 3:1-5. But mark this, there will be terrible times in the last days. People will be lovers of themselves, lovers of money, boastful, proud, abusive, disobedient to their parents, ungrateful, unholy, without love, unforgiving, slanderous, without self-control, brutal, not lovers of the good, treacherous, rash, conceited, lovers of pleasure rather than lovers of God, having a form of godliness but denying its power. Have nothing to do with such people. Matthew 18:15-17. If your brother or sister sins, go and point out their fault just between the two of you. If they listen, you have won them over. But if they will not listen, take one or two others along, so that every matter may be established by the testimony of 2 or 3 witnesses. If they still refuse to listen, tell it to the church. And if they refuse to listen even to the church, treat them as you would a pagan or a tax collector. Galatians 6:1-3. Brothers and sisters, if someone is caught in a sin, you who live by the Spirit should restore that person gently. But watch yourselves, or you also may be tempted. Carry each other's burdens, and in this way you will fulfill the law of the Christ. If anyone thinks they are something when they are not, they deceive themselves. Mark 16:14-16. Later Jesus appeared to the 11 as they were eating. He rebuked them for their lack of faith and their stubborn refusal to believe those who had seen him after he had risen. He said to them, "Go into all the world and preach the gospel to all creation. Whoever believes and is baptized will be saved, but whoever does not believe will be condemned." Mark 2:13-17. Once again Jesus went out beside the lake. A large crowd came to him, and he began to teach them. As he walked along, he saw Levi, son of Alphaeus, sitting at the tax collector's booth. "Follow me," Jesus told him, and Levi got up and followed him. While Jesus was having dinner at Levi's house, many tax collectors and sinners were eating with him and his disciples, for there were many who followed him. When the teachers of the law, who were Pharisees, saw him eating with the sinners and tax collectors, they asked his disciples, "Why does he eat with tax collectors and sinners?" On hearing this, Jesus said to them, "It is not the healthy who need a doctor, but the sick. I have not come to call the righteous, but sinners."
Changes that have been found in the Bible, the scriptures, King James Version in particular, because that's the only Bible that I've studied from, and that's the one where most of these changes are being found. And
Matthew 23:15. Woe to you, teachers of the law and Pharisees, you hypocrites! You travel over land and sea to win a single convert, and when you have succeeded, you make them twice as much of a child as hell as you are. Matthew 24:32-35. Now learn this lesson from the fig tree. As soon as its twigs get tender and its leaves come out, you know that summer is near. Even so, when you see all these things, you know that it is near, right at the door. Truly, I tell you, this generation will certainly not pass away until all these things have happened. Heaven and earth will pass away, but my words will never pass away. Isaiah 55:8-11. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, declares the Lord. As the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. As the rain and the snow come down from heaven, and do not return to it without watering the earth, and making it bud and flourish, so that it yields seed for the sower and bread for the eater, so is my word that goes out from my mouth. It will not return to me empty, but it will accomplish what I desire and achieve the purpose for which I have sent it.
Little verse in that essay, the pivotal verse, the only verse that really mattered in the entire essay that I wrote back in 2009, is now missing. Doesn't exist, historically speaking.
Are you sure it's not Monthsimus? Monthsimus is an action by a person who adheres to a routine, idea, custom, set, or belief, or a certain use of language that has been shown to be unreasonable or incorrect. For example, a person may continue to mispronunciate and misunderstand the phrase, all intent and purposes, all intensive purposes, even after being corrected. The term Monthsimus may also refer to the person who performs the action.
Your great-grandparents have Bibles that are in museums. They no longer are read the way we collectively remember them.
Part of that is because there's two Greek texts, Westcott and Hort, and Textus Receptus, which is superior. The Westcott Hort is the NIV version, kind of, and the Textus Receptus is related to the King James.
You can find pictures online where you'll see a lion and a lamb together, and they will reference that quote. You'll see the quote written out. But the difference is, right now, Isaiah 11:6 reads, "The wolf shall dwell with the lamb." The wolf, not the lion.
See, I thought that phrase, "the lion shall lie down with the lamb," came from Peace in the Valley, not Isaiah 11:6.
News to a lot of you, just like you don't put new wine in old bottles, which actually was wineskins.
But couldn't a bottle and wineskins be the same thing? Because since there are leather bottles.
Oh, that back in the day, in Scripture, in the King James, the word couch was there. Couch. Yeah, that's right.
And did you know that couch could be a verb? It can be an article of furniture, a couch which reclines, or it could also be the den of animals. More definitions for the term couch. Sounds like it could also be used as a definition mat in present terms.
They did that. They fought armies and sent them flying, and by faith they believed that this would happen, and it happened. And it's a great story for us all to learn that with faith all things are possible. Well, guess what? In Hebrews 11:34, did you know? By faith they drove away the aliens. Yeah, that's right. The word aliens is in Scripture now. It doesn't make a lot of sense because it never existed there before, but now it reads Hebrews 11:34, quench the violence of fire, escape the edge of the sword, out of weakness they were made strong, wax valiant in fight, and turned to flight the armies of the aliens.
So here's Hebrews 11:34 KJV. It says it's the aliens. Hebrews 11:34 NIV says foreign. In law, an alien is a person who resides within the borders of a country and not a national. The term alien is derived from the Latin alienus, meaning stranger, foreign. Commands attention. Jezebel likes to be the center of attention and doesn't like to see others recognized and lauded. When someone else is recognized, he will quickly undermine the person's accomplishments verbally. A Jezebel is usually blatant regarding his knowledge of everything, quick to express his opinion in any area. He leaves little room for anyone to point out the other side of an issue. He has made idols of his opinion.
You may know that I was a TV writer producer for about 20 years. Head guy at WWF. When it was WWF. head guy at a lot of other networks. I was also the head writer and producer, the main guy, in one of the largest Christian television networks in the world. Yes, it's very strange. Because I got there and obviously I share a very different view of things than religion. But I was there and I wrote a talk show and a kids show and I did a lot of other things. But you see, at this place, which I got to know many so-called important people, from Joe Osteen to T.D. Jakes to Benny Hinn to all of these guys. Got to meet them all. Got to see them firsthand, as if God Himself placed me there so that I could see, the world of religion. And I'm glad that I was there. And I was like Jacob when he was working for Laban, the sheep shearer. I was like a shepherd. I was a writer, and I was doing what I could to influence the world in a positive way. I say all this because this network, they have like this one primary motto, right? And it was about preaching the gospel, because the gospel must be preached to the ends of the earth, right? Okay, so we've all heard about it.
Galatians 1:6-9. I can't believe your fickleness, how easily you have turned traitor to Him who called you by grace of Christ by embracing a variant message. It is not a minor variation, It is completely other, an alien message, a no message, a lie about God. Those who are provoking this aggregation among you are turning the message of Christ on its head. Let me be blunt. If one of us, even if an angel from heaven, were to preach something other than what we preached originally, let them be cursed. I said it once, I'll say it again. If anyone, regardless of reputation or credentials, preaches something other than what you received originally, let them be cursed.